Welcome, Tim. This is so exciting. We get to meet properly.
Absolutely.
Well, I know a lot of people know what World Vision is. For anyone who's heard the term for the very first time, could you explain to us what it is you do?
Yeah, World Vision's a Christian humanitarian and development agency that has a very simple belief. Every child carries the image of God. So when 19,000 children under the age of 5 will die today, God weeps, God grieves. And World Vision says the Lord sees, the Lord reigns, we will be there for those children of God.
I love that. And like we do every week on the Global Mornings Project, could you give us a highlight or a win that has been really close to your heart?
So I was in Papua New Guinea just 2 weekends ago, and one of the great wins is tuberculosis. Is the biggest, a bigger killer of children in our region than malaria. We know Africa and malaria is a huge killer. And World Vision's working in all 14 provinces with TB detection. We have huge increases in detection, which is actually good because then you can treat it. And being New Guinea, nearly 20% of all the world's languages are in one country, New Guinea, only 7 million people. So this means that they're in remote villages, and you have to, with TB, educate them that just because they start to feel better after a couple of weeks, they have to keep taking the tablets, because if they don't, they develop a drug-resistant form of TB, which is then immune to medicine and kills far more. So World Vision in the toughest places in Papua New Guinea is seeing huge progress in dealing with TB. And when you think it's only 4 kilometres from Australia, and that stretch of water, you literally say, what's its moral significance? In Australia, no TB. In Australia, when women in childbirth have complications, 10% of women around the world, wherever they live, have complications in childbirth. In Australia, you won't die. Cross that 4 kilometres of a little bit of sea and women die if they're in that 10%. So World Vision's there with making sure there are trained midwives, dealing with TB. This, in my view, is the gospel.
That is an awesome highlight. And you got to see this firsthand.
Yep, I got to see and went out into some of the slums, they're called settlements, in Port Moresby. 40% of the population, even doctors and lawyers, live in what we'd call slum settlements in Port Moresby because housing's so impossibly high. And bringing clean water, teaching wash your hands. Very simple things that prevent diarrhoea that kill kids in those settlements is part of the work I saw. Then there was the TB work and of course the work with midwives.
And I love how you say each and every time we catch up, it is working. World Vision is working, helping children and people all around the world. Well, what are some other ways that the rest of us can get involved and help?
Well, we're saying help us also by saying to Australians, aid works. In the last year, even the Australian aid program, which at one level is our taxes at work, is the best spend of any government program, I think, that we do. Why? Because Australian aid last year saved 200,000 lives.
Wow.
If we keep our promises, if their foreign aid budget over the next 4 years, we'll save 1 million lives. So people who give to us at World Vision are really making a difference out of their personal generosity, and that is the best thing you can do for your sense of being a human, being a Christian, being a generous person. As a nation, when the 23 nearest neighbours, only 2 are wealthy, Singapore and New Zealand. We're in the region where most of the world's poor live. So what Australia does in its aid program is a big signal to the region, who we want to buy our goods, who buy our minerals and helps us. It's a smart investment, but above all, it saves lives. So go online to seeing the big picture at World Vision, sign a petition saying keep aid levels, keep our promises.
Well, thank you for being out there advocating for those people and for being in here today with us, Tim. We'll see you again very soon.
It's been a delight.